J-Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Hey, we got a lot to break down, a lot going on. Let's get into it. A lot of different topics and things. Just realized I ain't got my water. We got to always liquidate the pipes first before we get started. I hope everybody good. I'm going to give everybody a minute or two to get up in the room. I've been so busy, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm the busiest man in the world, or I'm just some CEO or something making all these moves and things. It's not exactly like that, but I have been busy trying to do things mixed with my life, real life. I'm living that real life, you know what I'm saying? And when you live in the real life, you got a lot of other things coming in between, and can't but sit up but so long. My back hurting, my butt hurting, taking medicine, passing out, and all that other stuff is mixed in between trying to get things done. So it's not that easy for me to get a lot done. So when I'm busy, it's busy and mixed with other things. But we all got stuff that we got to deal with. You know what I mean? The key is, are you going to let it stop you? It may slow you down. You may not win. You may not succeed, but you quitting and giving up, that's up to you. So I try to keep busy doing things, this and that. But the point of me saying this is I've been busy trying to do a few things so that I can make some money and do some things so that I can bring it on back to here. And then I can repost or notify, get the schedule down packed, hire some people, do a lot of things to make this better, because in the end, this is what I really want to do. So when I'm doing other things, in the end, it all come back to where I'd rather be, which is here with y'all, chopping it up, talking about the stuff we talk about and more. So without further ado, let's get into it. For those that don't know or don't care, the NBA draft was tonight. They selected Cooper Flag, young white man from Duke. Look like he actually can play, and he's American. He's not foreign. Seem like them be the best white dudes these days is from another country, but he seemed to be American. Nevertheless, we'll see what this young man got going for him, you know? Anyway, a lot going on, like I said, in the news, so much going on. Um, it's hard to know where to start. Can only put so much stuff in the search bar. Diddy, oh my goodness, they playing audio. He got so much going on with that trial and different things. They dropping charges. Diddy may walk after all of this, and he just gonna end up suffering for what, time served. Who knows? That's my opinion. I'm just guessing. We'll get into it a little bit more. What is kind of interesting and suspect is Joe Rogan, Mr. Karate Man. Karate Man, Karate Man. Oh, I want a more caliente Karate Man. But, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, to be honest, because just because you know how to fight don't mean you want to fight people. But nevertheless, Joe Rogan just got this man arrested for terroristic threats. This man is another influencer, and he goes by the name of the Liver King. The Liver King. Now, here's the thing. I wasn't too familiar with the Liver King. I do watch Rogan, although it's very hard to watch because his mind is blown. COVID really cracked his skull, and he talk out both sides of his mouth, man. I just like certain guests that may come on, and if that guest is there, I'd rather hear what they say. But he still ends up somehow getting into COVID and other stuff. Like, oh my goodness. Anyway, it's a dude named the Liver King. This dude is super swole. He just had a Netflix documentary. That's how I heard of him. Although I did remember hearing Rogan talking to somebody mentioning Liver King, but I didn't know what he was talking about, and I didn't look into it. But nevertheless, we see in this documentary on Netflix, matter of fact, let me pull it up, that this dude became a big, dang, what is the name of it? Is this it? No, this ain't it. Anyway, I had to go on Google and see. This dude, super swole. We see that he's an influencer, and one of the things he's doing on Instagram is carrying all kind of like natural weights and different stuff, and he's super swole, and he's eating raw animal livers and organs and different stuff, and so and him and his kids and his wife and all of that stuff. And so he's telling everybody that he eats what the hell is it? Some type of diet. Liver diet. I don't know what the hell it is. Anyway, I'm trying to pull this up and talk at the same time. Yeah, I found it on this. Of course, this dude is super swole. Okay, wait till y'all see the pictures, and I'm about to get in the comments in a second. I appreciate y'all with the comments as always. Where is it? Let's see. So, wait till y'all see this dude. Let's see, Netflix. This dude is humongous with a big beard, humongous, and he's saying it's from his diet and the way he live and exercise. And that's how his woman, his kids, all of that eat. Now, here's the thing, is that they later show in the documentary he been taking steroids, which, of course, because the human body can't get as big as his without a little bit of roid rage, without a little bit of the juice. Anyway, this ain't really showing much now. I'm trying to log into Netflix and do all of that. Let's see his images. So this dude is jacked, ripped. You can get ripped, but he's got the belly. Even though it's got the abs, he's got the roid belly, where they have that belly bulge. Anyway, he say he eat these body parts and drink the blood, and that's what made him so ripped. He lived this great diet. It was a fraud. He was selling all kind of different things, and unfortunately, people was buying it up. Nevertheless, we see this dude, I guess, because Rogan called him out a couple times on his show, saying that he was a fraud and pretty much he was taking roids, even though this dude did admit to it in there in his documentary or whatever. We see that I guess he pissed, and he's been on social media saying he want to challenge Joe Rogan to a fight and that he'll kick his ass. Okay, thought Joe Rogan believed in free speech. All you got to do is say no, right? You don't want to fight him, move on with your day or ignore him. What's been happening is, I believe, Rogan's been trying to ignore him, but he's always on social media. So here's where I have the problem. He's gotten this dude arrested. Okay, Mr. Joe Rogan talk about free speech and he believe in this and that. And also, let me also admit that when I did go to Texas last year and try to go down to get on the Kill Tony show for exposure with comedy, not that any other, anyway, Joe Rogan got like SEAL Team 6 guarding the club. I mean, all these dudes is young, in shape, jack, bulletproof vests, all kind of weapons. And to go into the damn club, it's a slight incline to go into that club. And so my guy that went with me to have my back, we getting ready to go because they got they got a little roped off section. And after you show your ticket, you go past the ropes. And then they want to, frisk you, make sure everything's safe to protect Lord Joe. And so when they did, it's a small space between the door and the rope section. If you standing, it ain't a problem. But for me, they had me, because it's an incline and the way that the space was, half of my chair was up and the other half was down. So I'm like trying to hold and keep my balance because I'm rolling back and forth. So I tried to roll up a full roll, one roll up, and then turn to the side. So I didn't have to keep rolling back and forth, or trying to lock the wheels and do this and that. These dudes, oh my God. You would have thought I had a damn BOMB on me or whatever. I had to spell it. Anyway, they was all over me, man, and they tried to push me back. I'm like, hold on, man. I'm trying not to fall. They're like, you can't be back here. We got to check. I'm like, I ain't went nowhere but a half a roll up and turn sideways, dude. I ain't trying to get around security. I'm trying to stop. No, you can't do that, man. Woo. Dude tried to get hard like he about to beat my ass. Like, oh, okay. You want to come and try to jump and get hard on the one dude who can't stand up against you, huh? The only one that can't stand up to you, but you don't know, I'm going to hit you in them nuts. Nut shot detector. Boop. Anyway, my guy and him started arguing, and it started to get into a real big problem. And then, through the grace of God, everybody kind of calmed down, like he told them, and like I try to tell them. Ain't nobody trying to get past your punk ass security. I'm trying to stop from rolling down the street or holding on and rolling back and forth. Like, damn, dude. Y'all, how many people come trying to get this dude? Like, they were really, really, really tweaking. Anyway, before I get into that, some more at least. Joe said he got a drug problem. Mr. Do drugs. Mr. Joe Rogan say all drugs should be legal. Mr. Talker, he loved to cite that doctor that's tried all the drugs and heroin and everything. He loved to cite him and say how Dr. Michael Hart or whatever. He loved to say how heroin and all this stuff ain't no big deal. But when it's in his favor, dude, a drug addict. Anyway, Damian Kenny, what's good, fam? I appreciate you for coming through. Rashonda, what's good, mama? How you feeling? Damian Kenny, you say Caitlin Clark and Cooper Flag, the great white hetero hope. Hey, they love try to redo the league, huh? Damian Kenny, you say the Liver King. He was the bodybuilding influencer that advocates eating a raw meat diet. He calls the Viking diet the Viking diet. Yeah, I knew it was some craziness worse than paleo. But anyway, I don't give a damn what the Vikings eat. I'm not eating the raw liver. And in the Netflix video, you see him drinking blood and all kind of stuff. I mean, it was crazy. The damn animal blood. And then they was tripping. Miguel, what's good, fam? How you doing, man? Janie, you say Joe Rogan calling the police is crazy. Facts. Facts. Let me get into this story. This is so contradictory. So contradicting. Daring to be saying because somebody on drugs, of all people, of all people. Um, anyway, I can see if dude came after him. They damn near got the same nose, don't they? They look damn near the same. If Joe Rogan grew a beard and some hair. Anyway, it say Joe talked with the cops after Liver King challenged him to a fight via social media. Via social media. Joe Rogan had this man arrested. And Joe told police the influencer appears to be significantly unstable. How does Joe know? How the hell does Joe know what this is? Joe ain't diagnosed. He ain't no doctor. He ain't no that. What the hell? So Joe Rogan can diagnose you as a significantly unstable and have you arrested? Really? Really? After he was just on there with Bernie Sanders, I guess trying to defend, ain't no I guess, he was defending that Trump can sue media outlets. Bernie Sanders was trying to explain to him that when a person does that, it gives them, it basically silences and changes their behavior. It's happened to me with this, with the way I used to make videos, and then they want to flag it, a copyright flag it and things. Then next thing you know, I don't make videos the same. What happens? Other channels take off. They made other channels not do as well. Then of course the people that watch, they don't care. The viewers, very few viewers give a damn what I'm doing or what happened to me. So next thing you know, it's over. And people watching something else and move on. And next thing you know, y'all all watching what they want you to watch. And didn't even realize it. You know what? Oh man, I need to break down this while it's on my mind right quick. I got to get serious right here, man. This is something that really, 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 really is scary to me right now. Serious. All this stuff, like what I just said, ties into this. The Matrix is real. They're building it around us now. We're in it. And it ain't going to be but a matter of time. And I ain't talking a long time, 5 to 10 years. It's not going to be a lot of jobs. People going to be in home, just like those pods plugged into stuff with AI doing so much. And just like in the Matrix, what did they have? Agents. Agent Smith. They got agents now in AI that go out and do stuff. They got agents. They literally call them agents, man. So, I'm just saying, man, we have to choose. You have to be aware of what you're doing, be aware of what you're watching, make your choices. Don't just have algorithms pop up and show you this and you just watching it and then scroll to the choose what you're doing. Change the channels, pick this, follow, care about what you're doing, if that's a real person or not. Pretty soon, first of all, they saying right now the internet could be between 40 to 80% fake right now, with all the bots and comments and AI and for fake accounts and faceless accounts and all that. So like, it ain't gonna be no more real movies. It's not gonna be any more real people making. It was just a story of a Chinese influencer did a 6 hours. He sells items on like the Chinese TikTok or whatever. He just did 6 hours straight selling items, sold more items than he ever did before with his friend next to him doing that. It was all AI. It wasn't even him. Nobody even realized it. None of the people that were buying and stuff realized that it was even having his mannerisms down. When he make a sale, he tap this and do that and da-da-da, and he buy and say, I'm telling y'all, it's coming. It's here. So, man, it's something else. Anyway, the way they have things with the laws, if you have enough power or money, because the Liver King ain't broke, but he don't have the power and reach that Joe Rogan got. I guess that helped when you got Elon Musk and the Trumpster and all these other people as your friends. Somebody do something, you can get them arrested for saying something. Now let's see. Let me read the rest of the story. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I will take it back and apologize. But from what I read, in a quick read, I don't know. It's pretty suspect because people can say whatever they want to say. You just can't come trying to make no moves or don't kind of try to touch me or my family. That's where you messed up. But he in Austin, Texas, which, I mean, come on. In Austin, Texas, it seemed like all they eat is barbecue. Anyway, it says he interpreted Liver King's string of social media rants as threatening. Oh my goodness, I'm about to puke. Which is why cops were called. He called the cops and eventually led to the Liver King being arrested on a charge of making a terroristic threat. What? Police say Joe told them he'd never had any sort of contact with Liver King. How are you? You never had any sort of contact. Real name Brian Johnson, and was aware why he'd be targeting him. Cops say Rogan went on to tell them he'd been told Liver King has a significant drug issue. In the docs, police say Joe told them based on what he's seen from Liver King's recent Instagram posts, the guy appears to be significantly unstable, seems like he needs help. So you arrest him, right? First of all, why are you looking at his Instagram? Why you I don't be following people doing it. Oh my goodness. And this dude definitely got some steroid belly. Look at that belly button right there. You don't get he ain't even got an Audi. He got a blendy. It's blended into the rest of his. He got a blendy in this mug. Blended belly button. This looks painted on. His damn abs look like plastic. As we reported, cops say Liver King traveled from Willis, Texas to Austin, where Joe lives and records his famous Spotify podcast. And they busted him at a hotel Tuesday night after he kept ranting online about wanting to fight Rogan. IYDK. In your DK. I don't know what the hell IYDK mean. And yo DK, I don't know. IYDK, please tell me in the comments what the hell that mean. Anyway, it says, in case you don't know, Okay. I'm slow, man. He'd say he achieved fame as a fitness influencer who sold health supplements. Yeah, they was all fake supplements. He later admitted steroids and human growth hormone were actually the reason for his muscular build. He looks a lot older in the face, too. He looks a lot skinnier, too, in the face. Anyway, they say he was charged with a Class B misdemeanor. Looked like he's out of police custody because he back posting bizarre rants on IG. Man, I'm looking at the rest of these things. Yeah, this thing right here was kind of crazy too about the cook or whatever. But man, this right here is a lot. So here's the deal with this. In my opinion, um, I don't think Joe Rogan should have been able to have this man arrested. I mean, only way, in my opinion, I think he should have had him arrested is if he came in front of that club and was talking about where he at. I'm about to kick his ass. I'm about to fight and this and that. Then your ass either need to leave or we call on the cops. You know, if he's sitting outside waiting across the street for him, or he's sitting by his car or something like that. Just because he came to Austin, it's a free country, right? You can travel wherever. I mean, you know. And even if he did come in front of the club, if somebody filming him, he could be like, yeah, where you at? I want to fight him. He could be doing that to get clout chasing. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know in the comments. I think Joe, that's wrong to be able to arrest dude. And I think he a hypocrite. That's my opinion. I mean, hey, Joe Rogan accidentally got in that position because he damn sure ain't the funniest comedian, and he damn sure ain't the most politically savvy comedian. So, you know, I don't even know how he got in that spot. J Doe, what's good with you, man? How you feeling, fam? Miguel Disler, you say Joe scared, that's why he had him arrested. It got exactly. You know what? Joe been scared his whole life, man. If you ever heard his story being told, and I ain't trying to diss somebody that's been scared, but you in your 50s now, bro. But Joe is real short, and they moved around a lot, and he said he got picked on and didn't have friends. That's what made him learn, you know, kickboxing or whatever, and doing that for a while. And then he kind of got into tried comedy. He didn't really do too much other than that, and then he lucked up on a TV show, and you know, but for the most part he been, man, I ain't trying to go down the Joe Rogan rabbit hole. But dude got that fear in him, especially after COVID. Miguel, you say, Jay, bit off topic. You heard about Fat Joe. I talked about Fat Joe last week or a couple days ago, but yeah, I heard about it. You say you hope those allegations are BS. I can't see Joe being with underage chick. He always praising his wife and his autistic son. Well, those are the right things to do, but from what that article said, he was contemplating leaving his wife for one of them, and he had her in a penthouse not too far from the crib. And I mean, look, I wouldn't put it past anything past anybody I don't know. That's just the truth of it. And I don't know him or any of these people. And so, hey, they all out there living this life. They getting this money and power. They got all these women coming towards them all the time. And let me tell you, I've been around a little bit of some musical celebrities. And man, young women, young women love music. It's like something is up with women, period. But young women, they love musicians. They do, man. All musicians. They got groupies, man. There's something about it, man. The music get a woman heart going, man. So you gotta be careful out there in these streets, man, because they gonna throw it to you. Because they love you and appreciate what you're doing so much. So that's how they want to thank you. Here's a little snapper for you. DeMarcus Vaughn, what's good, fam? Damian Kenny, you say more like the movie Surrogates with Bruce Willis and Boris Kojo. Androids go out in public controlled by stay-at-home humans. You know what? I think that's going to probably be first. And then Matrix after that. Once the surrogates be like, you know what? Let's go on in there and kick their ass. We don't need them telling us what to do no more. But yeah, that Surrogates, that's a good movie. That's scary too. In that whole movie, they was worried about who was able to kill the real people while they was laying there at home all messed up or whatever, but they out running the streets and doing whatever. Yeah, Surrogates is crazy. Miguel, you say you reading this book. Just started. If he had a messed up childhood, seemed like it. Oh yeah. I mean, hey, they all. I ain't read his book, but I've heard him talk enough about that subject to get a gist of it. I ain't gonna say I know all the stuff, but he had a lot of ups and downs. Anyway, moving on to the next story, and this is very interesting to me because, of course, most of y'all know I am injured, disabled, whatever they want to call it. But the thing is, it just so happened, and a lot of you all don't know this because I don't like to talk about this stuff unless I actually get the job. But I did have 2 auditions for this movie called, I can't remember. It's one word though. What the hell is the name of this movie? Anyway, this was just last month. So the movie's gonna come out soon, probably next year, maybe, or the end of this year. Anyway, it's about people with disabilities, and they had to go to one of the government buildings in San Francisco and basically raise hell, do a sit-in. People got arrested. They basically took over the building in order to get the American with Disabilities Act passed. Yeah, the ADA, that they had to go through a lot, and I think that was in 1970. And so that was one of the major events that led to that happening. And they asked me, that's the thing about movies and TV. You don't know what the hell they could be looking for, but at first they wanted me to read the part of a gay dude in the wheelchair. I was like, hey, you all better stop it. You know you can't be doing that. Don't make me roll over there. Don't make me roll over there. You understand me, Mr. Man? You all are bad, bad boys. Nah, I actually asked them, did they want me to read like a gay person, and they said nah. And so then they didn't want me. I read like regular me, and then they was, I guess they like, I like him, but he ain't gay. So then they called me to read another part, which was a Black Panther dude that was there. And I guess I wasn't black enough. So, hey, man, power to the people up in here. They ain't gonna take away our rights or our blackness, my brother. Want bean pie? Anyway, they liked me, but I guess I wasn't the right fit. It's been a month. I'm sure they started. Anyway, my point being, it looked like I might have a chance for the sequel because Trumpty Dumpty, he is doing some bad stuff. And it actually has affected me already. I mentioned it once before. I think I need to talk about this stuff a lot more. But with me being injured, I have Medicaid, Medicare, got to take medicine. I had to get medical supplies. And so Trump and Elon Musk, they want to cut the budget. So they cut Medicare, Medicaid. And now basically a lot of people going to be sick or die without this care. And so a lot of people in wheelchairs or disabled went to the White House, the State House, Capitol Hill, and protested. And the police put them in zip ties and arrested them. Really? Look at this man. They got him in zip ties. Now how he gonna leave? He can't even use the power chair. Stupid. How he gonna zip tie them together? Then they be like, all right, you gotta go to jail. I'm gonna use the chair, you asshole. It's a group of protesters in wheelchairs, some in wheelchairs, arrested and zip tied on Capitol Hill and dragged out by police officers as they demonstrated against proposed cuts to Medicaid in the Republicans' massive spending package. Your big, beautiful bill. It says that would mean some 10 million low-income Americans would lose coverage over the course of the next 10 years. The legislation would also put in place additional work requirements for those using the program. So let me get this straight. AI is going to take everybody's jobs. You got people that's disabled and can't work. You want them to get a job and have work requirements. First of all, they disabled, can't work. It's people that ain't disabled and they can't find a job. It's people that ain't got nothing wrong with them and they having a hard time working. But now you want to cut the services for the people with Medicare. We don't get Meals on Wheels no more. I used to get the Meals on Wheels. We ain't got Meals on Wheels no more. They want to cut. They cut that, last month. So now they're going to cut the services. You're going to make people that already are sick and hurt. You want them to work? So then what is that called? DEI? So next thing you know, you got people in wheelchairs working all over the place trying to do stuff. And if something go wrong or something moving slow, first thing you're going to say is, why is they working there? Why is they doing this? Why is this happening? Anyway, I'm not advocating that they shouldn't work. If anybody want to work or can, go for it. But there's a lot of people out there unable to work. That's really the point of disability. Duh. And anyway, in Medicaid, Medicare to try to help people. So they cutting that stuff. What's going to happen over the next 10 years? And I have to be real, we in a bad situation financially as a company. Country. I think we 30 trillion in debt. 30 trillion. How are we going to pay that? We can't pay it. I think it's the second or third biggest thing we pay for now, the debt, just the debt. So we in trouble. What they trying to do, they should cut some military spending, but I guess the one way we gonna try not to be in trouble is have a gun at everybody's head in the world. But the thing is with this, it's like they cut the Medicaid, Medicare, so they save money on paying. Then they hope people die, so then they don't have to pay again on other services or whatever, have fewer population. And even that ain't gonna help, because once the damn robots come, I don't know where everybody gonna do. What they telling everybody be a plumber. Everybody can't be Super Mario in this month. Plus, when the robots come, they gonna make the robots be plumbers. So I don't know, man. This is about to be pretty soon. The next 5 years is gonna be the biggest change in human history. I can't believe that it's coming this fast. I wish it kind of slowed down a little bit, to be real with you. But anyway, let's get to the Diddy, the diddler. Say the best for last, only for my OGs. I know a lot of people want to hear about the diddler. Let's go ahead and get into it. A lot's been going on with diddler. So, Diddy, and I got let me go get this. It's a audio recording of him on the phone with somebody. What's up with Antonio Brown, man? I ain't never seen nobody. He just pulled the O.J. Simpson, didn't he? I mean, dude went from being the best receiver in the league to now on the run for attempt murder. What? Antonio Brown walking around wearing that stupid Vietnam era helmet in my crash out bucket. Crash out bucket. CTE is real. If CTE was a person. Anyway, this Diddy audio was kind of interesting. I don't know if it was real or not, but it was allegedly from Radar Online. Well, let's see. Oh.
Pay on you, you feel me? I'm not gonna be playing these games with you at all, at all. So I don't know. You think you silent treating me, and you think I'm gonna be nah. You'll have a rude awakening. You'll just have silence, and ain't nobody threatening you. And I ain't trying to go back and forth with no woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I ain't got no time for no motherfucking games. Where my life is at right now, I don't have no time for no games, baby girl. Me and you could be mad. I can have a spat. We can have whatever. Then after that, you better get on your job.
Say, hey, look here, baby. I ain't got time for that. My daddy need that money. Now, look, you going to hold up till you blow up. You understand what I'm saying now? You going to do it and get on the job, baby. Freak it off. Bust it open. Make it clap. You know what I mean? You want that silent treatment or you want a Tootsie Roll? What you want? Huh? He said you gonna hold up till you blow up, bitch. Get on your job, baby. Pretty Diddy what they call me.
That's all it is. Cause you got me on my job. Nah, it ain't never gonna work like that over here. You know what I'm saying? I was trying not to leave this message, but you have left me no choice. So how do you?
Hey, look here. I wasn't about to leave you a message, but you left me no choice. So the message is clear. You gonna open it up? Open up the candy shop? Or we gonna close for business? What is it? You want this Chapter 11 bankruptcy? You gonna freak it out? You know what I'm saying? Hey, he straight sound like he Don Juan up in here. That probably make him feel good to hear me say that. Really? I sounded that good?
In the direction of like moving on and shit like that, or you like just like have me just keep moving. Ain't no threat. I'm just being clear. I can't do the shit with you every time you get upset. Hey, I really don't know what's going on with you, but I just want to just give you a heads up that I'm about to really disappear on you. You feel me?
And that was it playing again. So some of these things they put out here for Diddy, in my opinion, don't make him look as bad as they're probably intending. But you know, anyway, I look at it as a lot of these dudes, for one, the rap game is in trouble, in my opinion, because any of these rappers could be accused almost of living a life of, to a certain extent, not necessarily freak offs and baby oil, but a hedonistic lifestyle with a bunch of women and doing these things. Because as it's turned out, he don't have this Rico empire. He may have people going along with it, but that was their choice because they wanted to keep their job. It wasn't that he was gonna have them killed. Um, at least it ain't seeming like that to my, the way I see it. It says right here that the closing arguments are starting to take shape. And it's in the final stages, and they say they got a sense of how it may play off, TMZ. And they saying that, while everybody making their case, they said, what? Let's see what the rest they say. Regular day or whatever, Diddy's sons was in court. And let's see what they think may happen with this. Defense team close an argument. Prosecutors be able to spend on the rebuttal. With the judge, voice of concern. This and that. I was looking for where they said it may be a hung jury. Diddy prosecute proposed simplifying RICO charge for the jury's sake. Could spice up your sex life. They're done. Yeah, the sex therapist said the freak officer could actually be good for your sex life as long as everybody is willing and able. But that's what they was allegedly willing and ready with Diddy. And then they said they wasn't. Let's see, Diddy thanking the judge. Let's see what they say about the RICO. Say the prosecutors want to dumb down elements of the RICO charge, simplifying it for the jury's sake. So I guess the jury a bunch of dummies. They've been sitting there for how many weeks? And I guess they still don't understand what's going on. Is that what they really saying? The jury is dummies. They got to dumb this down. I mean, they've been sitting there for how many weeks looking at this? This is crazy. Let me get to a couple of these comments. Yeah, they about to try to drop some of these charges. Dior the doll, what's good, girl? Miguel, yeah, I saw that Force preview. It does look pretty good. Damian Kenny, you say it's rumors that Diddy is talking to Daphne J on the tape. Okay. Miss Crafty, what's good, girl? How you doing? Let's see, Miguel, you say last night couldn't even get an answer. Last night couldn't even get an answer. You ever heard the end of that song? There's a part he's talking was mad awkward. The end of last night. I had to check it out. Damian Kenny, the jury is tired and all charges can't be substantiated. Exactly. I mean, that's part of the plan for some attorneys is to have as many charges as you can, and then part of your negotiating as you go is you can drop some charges or take some off. The ones you feel you probably couldn't approve, or some of the weaker ones, or whatever. Sometimes some of the more extreme ones they take off, and then they make their little deals or whatever, and then you don't have as many counts or charges as you could have or whatever. So that's part of the legal game when you in those type of levels. Try to overload you with a bunch of charges. It says, though, in a stunning move, the day before closing arguments, prosecutors pulled back on some key testimony during the trial, specifically attempted kidnapping, attempted arson, and aid and abetting sex trafficking. That's the biggest ones. The sex trafficking, the arson, I guess, I'm assuming that's Kid Cudi's car. The kidnapping and sex, yeah, they wouldn't have been able to prove that. Because people, if they could, I'm sure they could have got away. It says prosecutors said in a letter to Judge Aaron Submaranian. I guess he related to Aquaman in this movie. Say they following his instructions to streamline the jury. Who is Capricorn Clark? What in the world? It says the reality is prosecutors seem to feel they've fallen flat on proving Diddy allegedly kidnapped former employee Capricorn Clark. Oh, okay. They saying Diddy kidnapped her, who was taken to a building and given a lie detector test to determine if she stole jewelry from Diddy and Cassie when she was allegedly held at the London hotel. Diddy took her and made her take a lie detector test. Why did he keep getting his jewelry stolen? It says more surprising, prosecutors are not pursuing the attempted arson claim that Diddy blew up Kid Cudi's car in a jealous rage. During the trial, prosecutors never directly linked Diddy to the fire. Both of these charges relate to the racketeering or RICO that Diddy faced. As for the aiding and abetting sex trafficking charge, prosecutors don't explain what elements of sex trafficking they will 86 from the jury's instructions. They say they not dropping the various sex trafficking charges, only elements of them, and specifically aiding and abetting. Prosecutors do say in their letter they want an instruction that just because women gave prior consent to the acts, it does not mean that it can never be withdrawn. Yeah, but you have to prove when it was withdrawn or not. It says prosecutors also say jurors should be told, because if Jane receiving compensation does not preclude a finding of forced labor which relates to the trafficking. As for the trafficking, the prosecutors want jurors to know neither physical restraint of the victim nor commercial sex acts are required to prove coercion in sex trafficking. Okay, I don't get it. Maybe they need to simplify for me. So here's what I come out of this. To a certain extent, I can see how somebody could have you against your will without threatening you or using weapons. For example, they saying to her, she in the car, and then they just drive to where they going. But then if she say, I ain't taking the lie detector test, then what? I don't know. That's complicated. This is very complicated case. I can see why they would drop some of these charges, because it seems like the majority of what's going on is a lot of he say, she say. And some of these people got paid off, which always complicates the issue, because if somebody really, really did you wrong to a certain extent, that way they essayed you, could they pay you off? Or would you want them to be punished and go to jail? Or do you think them giving you some money is enough punishment? It's just very confusing. It's hard to kind of prove whatever the Kid Cudi thing. It's not like they got it on camera, and I'm sure it wasn't him doing it himself. So then they'd have to find who did it, prove it, talk. It's a lot. So I can see why they had to drop some of these things, but they still trying to prove on some of these charges what he did. We'll see how it turns out. I don't know. This Diddy stuff, in my opinion, is I still kind of am on the fence. I know a lot of people say because of who he was suing and what was going on, and had that not happened, he may still be operating the way he's been operating. That may be true. I don't know. Some may feel, maybe it was just his time and time's up. That could be possible too. I'm not sure. Um, it's interesting to see what happens. But in the end, it's hard to tell. Now, they say in the trial, it's a new exhibit show: lingerie, whips, high heels, more federal bedroom policing. It says the Diddy's defense said he's a victim of Uncle Sam's bedroom policing. And they said that they had exhibits of what the feds say Diddy stockpiled, which is sexy lingerie, stripper heels, and whips. That's the thing, man. A lot of this stuff sounds like Republican purity in a way, and they mad he got all these women and doing this and doing that. I don't know. I don't want to say it and then make it seem like that's all it is, because he did. I think he did. So I still don't understand what the clear cut crime is. So they said he had a sex shop with fishnet panties, stockings, and a bunch of other things folks used to have with kinky sex. Damn, Diddy. Diddy had some, ooh, yeah. I'm sure Diddy, man. He was having the time of his life, wasn't he? Diddy was having the time of his life with them women wearing these outfits. They probably thinking he horrible, ain't they? Anyway, a lot going on in this world, y'all. A lot of stuff, man. Got to be careful out here. Get ready to wrap it up. No pun intended, but man, what else going on? The Shy going down again this weekend. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Matter of fact, I won't be live Sunday because I'll be on my way back home Sunday. I may be home in time. It depends on how early we leave. We'll see. I may be wore out. Anyway, let me get up out of here, y'all. Let me see. Did I cover all the stuff I wanted to cover? Got to the diddler. Oh yeah. This is messed up. Let me see. Thought I had another bottle of agua over here. This fitness influencer who spoke about her ex or something like that on her podcast. This dude went and whacked her. Man, it's wild out here, y'all. Going wild in the P now. You know, this type of stuff actually, I guess I'm starting to get scared as I get older and can't do as much. But this stuff is scary, man. You don't know who you might meet out there. And the person you thinking is going to be your mate or who you love and trust be the one that whack you or hurt you the most or rob and steal from you. I mean, it's really messed up. I think a lot of this stuff is happening and it's going to lead to people wanting to be with AI more, like the movie Her. At least I know her won't hurt me. Till she steal all your passwords. Anyway, this fitness influencer spoke about her ex on the podcast before she was fatally shot. California fitness influencer who amassed a huge following and recently shared details online about her previous relationship, fatally shot Saturday by her estranged husband while on a date with another person. She was 40 years old. Gloria Zamora created a platform with over 150,000 followers on Instagram, empowering women as a mother of 6 while sharing fitness content and motivation. I mean, she a beautiful woman, and you know, women, they get a lot of followers sometimes when they doing squats. Anyway, they say she was on the Horizon podcast last week, discuss her fitness journey. Says instead of you being supportive, you're over here trying to like bring me down. She was talking about her ex in the clip. With husbands like these, who needs enemies? Dang. And say almost a week after the episode, she was fatally shot alongside her date, Hector. Hey, I'm Hector. He was 43 in the parking lot. Wow. What did Hector? He ain't shoot Hector? I know Hector like, whoo, I just met her, Holmes. I just met her. I had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it, man. Don't shoot me. Don't pull the trigger. I just met her. I just met her. My name is Hector. They calling me Hector. Don't do it. I didn't even get the chocha. Don't pull the trigger. I can't help it sometimes. I'm stupid, y'all. Anyway, man, it's wild out here, man. Y'all women with y'all crazy exes, y'all gonna make sure y'all don't have another new one out here. You keep it up with these crazy exes. I know some people, woo. And a lot of kids sometimes, especially young ones. Well, I'm talking about 1 or 2 young, like the age 1 or 2. Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. What's good, Pepper? Say good evening. Caught you live in NYC. What's good, NYC? New York. Tim Dog, Bronx Life. What's good with you? Shout out to my girl Gina. She been out there dealing with some things, so I hope she feeling better. Damian Kinney, I apologize. She-Hulk was overseas when she was taken by her husband, who also ended himself. Oh, fitness influencer called She-Hulk, ended by her husband. Oh, okay. I know, right? Yeah, tomorrow or Friday, I'm going to drive to Chicago, go on and pick her up. I think I might ride real early in the morning. May stream it live on Twitch. Anyway, y'all, let me get up out of here. I can feel my back starting to throb. Anyway, let's see. Miguel, what's good? Jay was in NYC, New York, Bronx, fool. No, I wasn't in New York. I wouldn't mind, but no, I wasn't there. Lord Dragon, you say when we behind our woman, we picture another man seeing the same thing that would send any man crazy. Hey, that's facts. That is true, man. That's why I don't understand the mentality of cuck. I never wanted to see somebody smashing my woman, especially if she was liking it. Why would I want to see that? That's never been an interest of mine. Never wanted to see that. And I never wanted to be the one smashing somebody else's woman in front of them while they watching or whatever. So that's never been an interest to me. If anything, that's a turnoff. So straight up, I'm good on that, man. If I didn't give a damn about this girl, if she was some hood rat or something, and I just happened to come by and everybody was smashing or something, I mean, who am I, right? They ain't my woman, but my woman or my girl, nah, I'm good. A bust down, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Miguel, you say you don't share your woman. I'm with you, fam. I ain't sharing my woman. Lord Dragon said, real talk, for real. Facts. Hey, man, that's what we used to call that type of stuff back in the day. Hey, man, it's a 3-letter word. Start with the G. Hey, man, I'm good. I'm straight. I ain't doing that. You ain't about to be all up in my girl. I'm straight. Anyway, that's why I don't think either. I don't get it. So, like I say, I don't understand the mentality, but I'm wondering, Puffy must not have cared about them. That's the only thing I'm thinking. Like, he didn't give a damn about none of them. And I can see that, though, because, I mean, when all you see is dime pieces and they throw themselves at you, you don't have to work for it. It's probably kind of hard to want to care about any of them. For somebody like that, a narcissist, type A narcissist, it's probably almost impossible for him to really care. He probably cared when they didn't do what he said. That probably turned him on. The control aspect, making them do this, making them do that, just like that voicemail, and he leaving it. He more upset, and you got me about my business. You know what I'm saying? You gonna hold up till you blow up. Now you about to go ahead and go get daddy that dollar off that corner. You know what I'm saying? Rain, snow, sleet, or hell. You gonna bring daddy back that mail. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass out there. Anyway. That's another thing with pimping. Like, I can't it was a chance, a small window where I could have gotten the pimp game. But if I'm screwing this girl, first of all, I don't want to screw her when she out doing this. I want to do it business, but then you got to have the mind and the body when you doing that. And I couldn't get to the body because I was turned off because of what they was doing. Not enough to do it to make them my woman. Try to have them doing this and bringing them. It just wasn't for me. It's a very complicated game. Ain't that easy. You got to have a cold heart, baby. And that ain't for me. Anyway. Miguel, you say, reminds me, I got to put my glasses on, man. I guess it's getting late. I'm getting tired. I can't see. Got to get my glasses, man. I'm getting up there, man. I can't see. Y'all done been able to watch me become a glasses user live on the show, man. There we go. When it's a bunch of the lines like that, it start to blur. 1 or 2 lines I could read easy. Maybe 1 line. Anyway, it say, reminds me of the ending of last night's song. He talking on the phone. It's a skit, but makes you think if that's where this whole thing started with Cassie. I know, right? Yeah, I know. It is kind of crazy. It probably did. These my readers, you know what I'm saying? I try to put these readers on so I can see what you saying, Crafty. What you saying? Man, glasses expensive. These damn little glasses was $240. And that's not the most expensive glasses. And these are barely, there's barely anything but the frames, but the lenses. Anyway, yeah, these are my readers. And this look like it's an HD when I put them on too. It's like I feel like I'm a young person again. Anyway, y'all, let me get up out of here. I've been working on this app and stuff, man. Oh my goodness. I didn't know it was so much work with some of this stuff. It's still not as difficult as it could be, but it is kind of difficult still. It's a little more than I realized. Miguel, you say Jay is hot out there. Been 100 degrees in NYC today. Man, it's been like 95 here. And I had the air on. Of course, my dad over here want to complain. It's always cold in here. You know what? Take your ass outside. Let your ass cook. You are all these old folks out there with heat advisories, and you sitting here with a sweater complaining. Put your ass out there in the sun. Cook you like some bacon. This dude crazy, man. Boy, let me tell you something else, man, while I'm thinking about that. So, man, with the parents, I'm about to get some rest. Ah, man, my back just popped when I did that. I think I might have something going on right here on the right side of my back because it's been really tender this last year or so. I know, right? A year I ain't did nothing. Anyway, man, you know, people say stuff about the principle of things or whatever, but the principle of something does matter because it shows how much somebody care, the respect, this or that. If somebody supposedly care about you or respect you, they will change their behavior. They will wait. If you my woman or you my brother or father or whatever, it don't matter if you live with me or that is our relationship. If you put something in the refrigerator, you don't have to write what's on it. You don't have to ask me not to eat it. It's not mine. I already know that. I know I didn't buy it. I know I didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? I already know it ain't mine. And if I did want it, I'll ask you. And if you say no, I'm going to leave it alone. Why? Because that's respect. Also, I want that same respect. I don't want you eating up my stuff. And if you ask me and I say no, I want you to leave it alone too, just like I left yours alone. Now, this ain't no competition or back to back or whatever, but you have to have the same respect. If you have something in there and then the other person don't want to wait to ask you, they didn't buy nothing, they didn't put nothing on it. You've already shared with them that I had some pizza. I already shared the pizza. I was waking up. I wanted to eat the pizza. But then he ate up the pizza. And then when I say something, I'm wrong. Like, you couldn't wait for me to wake up and then ask me? You couldn't wait for me to offer? Hey, you want some pizza? Hey, let me give you this. You want some? Hey, want some? Hey, you want that? Why? Why you gonna do? That's like if your kids go in your purse and take $5. It ain't that you was petty and you wouldn't give your kids $5. It's a principle. You need to ask. You don't go up in there. Did you put a check in there? Did you cash the check? And it ain't yours. Anyway. Ooh-wee. It's a lot worse with the parents than the kids. I'll tell you that much. Some parents, at least. Some parents, they want to do better. They try. Some, they done lost their damn mind. And the baby boomer generation, boy, I tell you, you talk about some spoiled, selfish people. I don't want to say that overall and be stereotypical, but some of them. Miss Crafty, this is the last comment of the night. You say, I got one child that wear glasses, and Lordy, they charge so much for the bells and whistles. What's a bell and whistle on glasses? I just say, no, thank you. Give them us plain. What is a bells and whistles on some glasses? Please, you can get one more comment in here. Either they, what? Either you can see and they fold or they don't. What? I don't get it. I didn't understand why these was the price they were versus others. I didn't, because it say Nike. You know, I had to get the Nike. But that little bitty Nike sign ain't worth no money. I could have got that put on there. That's it. Like, these is not worth that to me. They lightweight. That's why I picked them, because I don't like that on my nose. That's one of the things I would kind of always not like about glasses for a long period of time. Sunglasses, because the sun's shining in your eyes. But anyway. All right, y'all. I'm going to get up out of here. I guess Crafty must have fell asleep or left. We'll hear about them bells and whistles next time. Y'all be safe out there, man. I'm going to try to go on and get me some rest, my dang own self. Deuces. Be safe. Have a good one. Oh, and let's try not to get involved in this World War III. All right, y'all. I'm out.